I'm back. I don't know what happened. It told me I was disconnected. I had great Wi-Fi. YouTube, get your algorithm together, yo. All right? I know it's new for you guys to allow streaming from a phone. That's why I'm doing it now, because couldn't do it before. Now you can. So I can talk to the YouTube Z fam. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back. I got a couple of likes. I have no idea how many people are watching because it's not telling me. It says one person, but that makes no sense because I got 4 likes. 5 likes, 16 people. Hey, maybe it's working. Sup, man? Riyad Bankuzli. And Richard Wilkinson says hello. All right, this may actually be a thing. 43 fans watching. I don't know what this button does. Let's try it. What happens if I do this? It washes me out. I kind of like that. It takes away the dark circles under my eyes. Hi from Hungary, Telly. Z-Dog, says Jack Short. Why, hello there. This is fun? Is it? I don't know. Let's do this. Okay, look, a new trailer for Deadpool clicks away. Epi Ren, you punk. Hi from London to you, Yasmin Cole, even though I'm not in London. Although I was there recently doing a gig for Doctors Without Borders, or Médecins Sans Frontières, which I gotta say they are fantastic individuals doing great work for humanity. So I gotta give them love. And it was great to get to come to London and talk to their scientific meeting and talk about how to use social media and sort of the tenets of Health 3.0, which we'll talk about, to actually transform the humanitarian medicine space, which is so crucial, right? All right. Hi from Canada, Gus Small. Okay, check it out. So this actually works. Does this work? I think it works. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, I think, we're going to launch Against Medical Advice on Facebook, our live show. We're going to start it with Facebook Live, but then we're going to post it up on YouTube. And if YouTube is the bomb, man, we'll move to YouTube. I don't care, people. There's 83 people who don't care, too. Hello from ER nurse educator from the San Francisco Bay Area, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. I like the way these comments scroll. So, again, first time I've ever done this on YouTube, and I think it may be a thing because I'm enjoying it. You escaped the bathroom. S. Gray me. Yeah, barely, though. Barely. Hello from New Zealand, Stephen Howard. Hey, Flight of the Conchords, man. Near and dear. As was What We Do in the Shadows, Jermaine's movie, which was fantastic. I'm so happy I got the notification for this Banana Jello. That's right, because you have to, if you don't get a notification, then you don't get notified. And then what? You have nothing. Check this out, though. Lip balm. That's right. Is it an egg? Maybe. Is it some secret crystal that controls minds and vaccinates children against their wishes? Perhaps. Maybe that's why I like it. What do we got here? Excited for Against Medical Advice. Alon Manila. And Kathleen Johnson says hello from Idaho. And hello from Fresno to Michael Seeley. This is fun. Yes, Against Medical Advice is going to be the bomb. Check this little tchotchke out. Oh, it's all backwards. I wonder if I can fix that in here. Let's see. Nope, I can't. You stinking YouTube. What should we talk about, guys? Because, again, never done a YouTube live. Have no idea. Is the quality of the streaming good? Is the audio good? Bros, your videos get me through the ED shifts. Keep it up. John Thrash. Why don't we answer questions? That'll be fun. Thank you, John. Hello from San Jose to Ant. Ant. Let's change the filter because I'm bored. Let's try 8mm. Wow. Wow, people. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do a public service announcement. Here it is, because this is the right filter for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. This is Z-Dog MD. Make sure to wipe your baby from back to front. Scratch that. Front to back. Very important to prevent disease. This has been a Z-Dog MD update. Okay, that was stupid as hell. Let's try a different filter. Sepia? No, that's a little too old school. Look at those tonsils. Back to beam. And then maybe back to dream. No, look at, gives me these raccoon eyes. Let's try normal. I still have raccoon eyes. Let's go back to beam. Yes. Blow my face out and make it airbrushed. That's what we like. Eric Quinlan says LOL. I say the backwards of LOL, which is also LOL. Your videos are funny. Nice insight in a medical career, says B. Bazarov. Thank you. We try, and with Against Medical Advice, we're going to try to give a voice to the voiceless, which are the caregivers, the patients, even those administrators who are fighting uphill battles to try to transform healthcare but are fighting against a broken system. We are going to rebuild this ish from the ground up, and this is going to be a platform for your voice to be heard. That's the beautiful thing about social media, and that's why I love like people like Casey Neistat, because they're democratizing video production and the voice, right? And so we did a trailer for Against Medical Advice. It was sort of modeled and influenced by his Oscar ad, which is just like, hey, we're the ones making the videos. I don't know who these people in Hollywood are, but we're the creators, right? Which I think is awesome. It's the same with us. Like, I don't know who the government, these administrators, and these big companies are, but we on the front lines are the ones taking care of patients. Our, EMTs, our pharmacists, our doctors, our nurses, our dietitians, our physical therapists, our social workers. Happy Social Work Month, by the way. During clinicals, I'm always quoting Doc Vader. Do you want to get C. diff? This is how you get C. diff. Love it, says Bunyan Paul. That's the opposite of Paul Bunyan. I wonder if you have a ox named Babe, or is it backwards, spelled eBay? No, wait, Bay. Ebab. No, Babe? Ebab. I feel like I'm taking a dementia screen where it's like, now Z-Dog, we would like you to spell world backwards. And I'm like, WGXTL1? Hashtag. No, that's not... You have dementia, Z-Dog. Let's keep going here. What do we got? Alice Oliveira says LOL, which again backwards is LOL. I like your avatar, Alice. It says just like stylish. Draw a clock, Gene Bittner. Okay, I'll draw you a clock. Hold on. You want a clock, Gene? You're going to get a clock. I'm going to get a clock right now. You trying to see if I'm demented? Here it comes. All right, I'm going to draw you a clock. And... It's all backwards. I'm pretty sure I'm having a stroke right now. Let's see what else we got, Z-Pack. AMA sounds awesome. Been in training to teach docs how to be advocates in many settings for our patients and their access to care. Working mom too. That is awesome. And again, we're going to give a platform for guests. We're going to give a platform. We're going to have these clips. Funny Doc Vader. Doc Vader doing the news. Come on, guys. Come on. That's a thing. It's called Dark Side Tonight. So that's his segment. And he just reads medical news and it goes off. Like, yeah, that's a thing in itself. You should have all seen this anti-vaccine advocate when he got punched in the face and yelled at for putting her students in danger. Ooh. I don't advocate violence, Caitlin Phillips, except against anti-vaccine people. No, I'm kidding. I've gotten death threats being a pro-vaxxer from anti-vaccine clowns. So part of me is like, yeah, punch them in the face. And then part of me is like, is this the example we want to set when we're trying to represent the forces of science, reason, and caring and compassion for our children? I think we should decry such violence. Any views on Kaiser Permanente regarding MD care? So I have a lot of views on Kaiser because many of my friends work there. I know their guys. I think it's a mixed thing because they're trying to do the right thing, but they have a big organization that they have to steer. They have a lot of mixed incentives as well. They've made mistakes and they've also done a lot of stuff right. They are trying very hard to build a sort of a 3.0, but they were the sort of pioneers of 2.0, of the sort of, let's get on Epic and let's, have productivity measures and these different sort of quality measures that don't necessarily measure quality and so on and so forth. But their good ideas are, getting actually a sort of a capitated plan means that you're not incentivized to do things to people. You're trying to do the right thing. The question is, are you trying to, do too little? And so we really need to measure outcomes better and actually pay organizations based on those outcomes. And as far as clinicians, I think, you are an employee, you're part of a big organization. It can be disempowering at the same time if you take an active role in trying to build leadership and build a better system, then you can find a lot of empowerment there if you play your cards right. And like anything, it can be political. And that's the nature of large organizations. So that's my 2 cents on that. John Thrash, you ought to talk about how we need stricter rules on what is defined as abuse of the medical system, like coming in via EMS for a cough for 2 months. Yeah, John, I call that, you were John, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, I call that use of the ambulance, calling Medicaid Uber. So it's like, I need a ride, I'm gonna call the ambulance. So this is something we need to talk about consistently, and we'll do it on the show too, but appropriate use of ER. And the truth is, when you have a socioeconomic struggle, it's very hard not to use the ER because it may be the only thing where you can actually get care. You can't be turned away. Whereas, the urgent cares and the clinics and the primary care, you may not have access to that. So you have to take that into account, the social determinants of health, and we have to address those. I think, like, if you're going to have a role for government, it's got to be in addressing some of the social determinants of health and helping to level a playing field, but then let medicine do its thing, and don't micromanage us, because we will screw it up and you will screw it up. So don't do that. This was a while ago, but what do you think about the pig and human hybrid? It lived for 14 days. I didn't see that, Alexandra Renee. It sounds vaguely conspiratorial. What was hybridized? Was it an organ? Was it an entire organism? I don't know. Educate me. Had to laugh when trying to log into the computer at work and I was told my password would expire in 14 days. Christine Lacharit. Yeah, right? And you're thinking, okay, let's see, Sith Lord 66, capital. Well, let's make $sign the S and a capital L for the Lord, and oh crap, I used that one 27 passwords ago, and so that's not okay, so now I have to, damn it. And then you forgot, and then you're on the phone with IT for like 7 hours, and some kid with a BA in computerology is like yelling at you, and you have like 30,000 years of higher education, and you feel like a dipshit. What advice would you give to the person who went through different paths, such as medical lab science to MD school instead of pre-med? B. Bazarov. I would say that the advice is you probably did a great path, because you're going to get an experience and a perspective that other people aren't going to have, especially that 21-year-old kid straight out of college who did a little volunteering in Africa but now thinks they have enough background to be a doctor. It was actually people who've done stuff already in the field are going to have a backbone that's very different. And so it would be good to impart some of what you learned to those students and help them out. So I think it's great. Z-Dog, what's the best quality measure? Lee Lewis. Lee, I think if you are trying to measure quality, it very much depends on the individual patient and their unique story and their unique situation, because there is no one-size-fits-all quality measure. Now, you could say, is the patient satisfied? But then it's fraught with, are we just giving them Vicodin, right? And you could say, did we lower costs? But then you can lower costs by invoking what I like to call the funeral outcome. And that's the cheapest possible outcome for many people. So how do you measure quality? And I think to some extent, we need to look at this very carefully. Like, if you measure hypertension outcomes as a quality measure, the question is it really tagged to quality, or is it a surrogate measure? All we have right now really are surrogate measures of quality. I think a good use of artificial intelligence in the form of like IBM Watson, et cetera, would be to calculate, using every piece of data that we have for this unique patient in front of us, what does a good outcome for their CHF mean? What does that mean? What I would say a good outcome would be the prevention of CHF. So you could look at an age-matched population and look at all the data and go, this person should have gotten CHF, they didn't, because you did the right thing. So you helped to engage them in their health, help them to develop accountability. You helped them to look at diet and exercise and spirituality and everything else that goes into stress and heart disease and all of that. You help them to do that by becoming partners in their care, but really deputizing them and anointing them as the chief agent of their health. And the way to do that is you also have to look at the social determinants of health. You have to look at their economics. You have to look at their culture. So it is inordinately complex, but honestly, many of us in healthcare know that if we were just given the reins to do the right thing for our patients and we weren't worried about money, we would probably generate those sort of intangible outcomes that we can't easily measure right now, but they are measurable. Right? Everything ultimately is measurable. It's just we haven't figured out a way to do it yet. So we have to get to that point. So I think it's a discussion we have to keep having. What we can't accept is these quality measures that don't measure quality. So the click boxes that we're doing now, right? Hijo mijo says a bunch of different icons, which I like. Dominic Wright, Z-Dog, I have a question. Do you consider general surgeons primary care? Some of my professors are split 50-50 and calling them primary care. And would you answer in the Vader voice? Surgeons. A chance to cut is a chance to kill. Yes, they would probably believe that they are primary care because they are seeing many of the failures of primary care. But in many ways, they are specialists. In many ways, they do primary care. And the ones that are the best do a little bit of both. They are talking about prevention. They are talking about lifestyle. They are talking about things that should have been managed maybe in a primary care office, but they are now the bottom line. It is very similar to emergency physicians. More often than not now, they are the first and last contact for the patient. especially for the uninsured or the people that are disenfranchised. So we need to do better on the primary care side so people can all move upstream and practice at the top of their license. Now, obstetricians, OB-GYN, I think they are definitely primary care. They are a mix of primary care and specialty for sure for women's health. What did your colleagues and patients think about your songs and sketches when they found out? Were they supportive, says Telly? Yeah, my colleagues were, some of the administrators less so. Although I think they kind of got it. In the end they were like, oh, okay. But what's he going to do with this? It's all going to fall apart. I think everybody it was a mixture of skepticism and support and a little bit of weird jealousy because they're like, well, how come he gets to go and do this stuff and we have to sit here and do rectal exams all day or whatever it is, fill out all these click boxes. I'm like, no, I do that and did that too. And, for 10 years, I paid some pretty serious dues so that I could then try to help people have a voice about it, right? And I still see patients, but it's much more now into the realm of how can we create a movement? How can I help catalyze this movement and then step out of the way, right? So that's the goal. Where are we at? This is such a weird setup. I still am trying to learn it. This is the first, I just literally saw it on the app and was like, I'm gonna go live on YouTube right now. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but 107 people have joined me, 109. That's crazy. What does this button do? There's a share button, a mute microphone. I don't think I can share it. Preach on, brother, says Lee Lewis. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for being part of the movement. Carrie Kirkley says, I am an operating room nurse in a rural community hospital. We have the highest opioid use in the state in our country. Oh, it's fading away. How do I get it back? Oh, here it is. Highest opioid use in the state in our country. What is your opinion on how to combat the use of opioids? Okay, number one, this is multifactorial, Carrie. First of all, we need to change from the bottom, from the top, pharma's sort of pushing of these drugs, Purdue Pharmaceuticals, et cetera, with OxyContin. So let's take that out of the picture. Second, we need to shift the medical culture of how to manage pain to a more multifactorial, holistic approach than just pill, because that's what was pushed on us by pharma, by the pain societies, by, like Joint Commission, asking to measure pain as a vital sign, right? Like, so these kind of things, like, how do we look at this? And then culturally, for patients, they expect a pill for everything. They expect, dentists are a big part of the problem, handing out your first Vicodin prescription. You get hooked, especially if you have the physiology, the genetics for it. Next thing you know, you're injecting heroin, and the next thing you know, you're dead. So it's a big struggle that we're going to talk about more and more on the show. All right. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Against Medical Advice, check it out. So we shot that the other night in like literally 30 minutes. And threw it together, and we're hoping to have something like that for every show, some kind of call to action. Banana Jello, this is probably the smartest YouTube live stream chat I've ever seen. We have a large deficiency of dead meme references. Yeah, here's the thing. YouTube, and the reason I kind of abandoned YouTube a little bit in favor of Facebook and native Facebook videos is because the discourse on YouTube tends to be grunty 10-year-olds who are throwing feces at each other. And this is not exclusively true, as the present company is showing us, but it is a little different discourse. And so if this live stream, it comes off as intelligent, that's a bad sign because I'm an idiot. So we should try to raise the level on YouTube because it is a beautiful streaming platform and a great source of engagement. And again, I've kind of stepped away from it because if I put a video now on YouTube, it'll get 30,000 views and a few comments here and there. And if I put the same video on Facebook, native embedded, it'll get 1 million views and thousands, tens of thousands of comments. And so the level of engagement is just different. And generally those comments are healthcare people, activists, patients, administrators, people who care about this stuff, and they're high level and they're not just throwing feces at each other. Although I like a good feces hurling as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. All right. Well, wait until the anti-vaxxers show up, Epi Ren. Those guys, when they show up, it's just fun to ignore them because they're totally idiotic. Grunty 10-year-olds indeed. Ghost Gaming, great example. So I don't understand because I'm 43. I don't understand why people want to watch other people play video games on YouTube, but it's the biggest thing in the world, like PewDiePie and all these guys. It's just, or PewDiePie or however the heck I don't even know how to say his name. I've never seen his show, but people love that stuff. And so I feel like I'm just a little bit of an interloper on YouTube. Like I'm out of the demographic or something. I don't know. I don't know. Shoot, I fired Facebook. Now I have to go back. Crap, Lee Lewis. Well, Lee, I'm glad at least you could see us somewhere. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the episodes from Facebook and cut them up and put them on YouTube. So you guys will get to see the same stuff. It just won't be as immediate. But come see us on Facebook. Facebook is useful for certain things, like this. Lauren Whaley, if you make a video song about Crohn's disease, it will make my life... and then a poo emoji. I've had I've had Crohn's for 15 years, and I still struggle to explain it to people. Totally, Lauren. We were talking about doing like a Game of Crohn's kind of parody to kind of explain and raise awareness about it. So stay tuned. I had to deal with an anti-vaxxer mom that didn't want to vax her baby. Baby is now dying. Oh, good Lord. Dark energy, lambda. Ugh, I don't even want to get into that space right now because it's just going to get me mad. I'm going to start throwing feces like these grunty 10-year-olds on YouTube. And then I'm going to watch PewDiePie or whatever his name is. That's all I got, kids. I think, I don't know. You know what I want to do? While we're live, I want to actually go to YouTube and see what this actually looks like in real time, because I have no idea what you guys are even seeing. I just see my goofy face. Here we go. Let's see. Here, you know what? Let's let you guys watch too. All right. So here's my YouTube channel, okay? This is what I see. And I don't even see where I'm live. Let's go to the video manager. Working. Come on. There we go. Oh, here I am. Okay, so if I click it, what will happen? Hey! It goes from the beginning. How interesting. So I can actually, because that's where I was out. Oh, no. That was the old one. Sorry. No. Here I am. Oh, the whole time it was live. I couldn't even tell. It told me I wasn't streaming. Oh my gosh. How embarrassing. I better delete this right now. Edit. Public. Private. Save. There we go. Wow. Well, I'm glad I looked at that, because that is embarrassing. So this is why I think technology can be a double-edged sword. Like, literally, while it showed me walking through my house, just making faces, it was telling me I needed to reconnect, and I had no connection. And it made no sense at all. So I wasn't even talking. I was just like, duh. So YouTube needs to work on their app, yo. We need to talk to the Google people. Facebook has theirs pretty tightly dialed now, although it took some time to make that happen. So at first it was pretty glitchy. So hopefully YouTube will get their act together too. All right. On that note, guys, I'm going to go spend some time with my family, get ready for the show tomorrow. I got some music to record for a thing. And I will see you guys very soon. Let's do this once in a while. If you guys like it, leave comments, share, hit like. That way I know you guys are engaged, and I'll come back to YouTube and do more because it's kind of fun. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the nice comments. Veda out.